Doing the thing.
Doing the thing. You are live. Did you see that? It said we're
I
live.
saw it. We're live.
We're live.
Hey, people.
Hey. Welcome to the Big Frog Podcast. We are super winging it this time. And I see so far we have 0 viewers, so that's okay.
It's okay. We debated
That's okay.
whether we would even do this live in the first place because,
Right.
kind of optional for a podcast.
Yeah. I don't know. Thought it would be fun, audience participation and so on. But first, you have to have an audience. I
Hey,
just saw the notification that Bonus Creature is now live.
all right.
Hey. All right. Maybe some of our friends will actually come hang out with us. Maybe if they're kind or if they hate us. I don't know. Oh, there's somebody.
Hey, we
Wow.
got Loki Doom. What's
Hi.
up? Good to see you. Big Frog, baby.
Big Frog. It's all about Big Frog. So let's let's just dive in. How was your day? You had a really busy day. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to do the music thing. So I did,
Mm-hmm.
you know how it goes. Like, you don't have anything, and then someone offers you to do a show or whatever, and you're like, yeah, I'll do that. And then you go to put it on the calendar, and you're like, oh no, I'm doing all this other stuff on that day. So, can you guys see
Seems
me? I
to
can see you. Yes, low key Doom. We see you. Oh, she's wearing
seems to
something
happen to you a
froggy.
lot. You're wearing your Frog Ninja hoodie. Awesome.
Nice.
Why?
We said Big Frog because that is the new label that Drone Hands is starting, right? So we're
Mhm.
cross promoting with the podcast.
Indeed. Yeah, that was actually 3 months ago today on 32323.
Nice.
Yeah, Jernigan's is kind of a numbers nerd, so, there's that. That's why today was actually kind of fun. So, clearly you were already into it was meant to be low key Doom. It was meant to be. We are glad you were here.
Yeah, so I guess I didn't finish my extremely long story about
Please.
yeah, so I did with the Golden Shrimp Guild, I did their Rainbow Roll. So it's the event that is organized by a couple members of the Golden Shrimp Guild, and I did an hour set for them earlier. Uh, Shout out to Your Opponent Zero and Toto Robin. But yeah, so I did a set for them, and then I had to break down, and I did a live show in my hometown, and I carried way too much gear. Showed up like I'm like Gary Newman or something, and then I just let my 303 drone out like usual. So in any event, it was fun, and then now here we are. So it's cool.
Yeah, that is cool. I liked your set earlier, by the way. I was, as I told you earlier, I was utilizing your stream to try to figure out how to record something locally to my own computer. And it's really dumb because considering who I live with, that I don't know this stuff. Like I could have just asked him yesterday or day before. But no, I have to leave everything to the last minute. So, and what I'm talking about is that today saw the premiere of a Drone Hands song on a radio station in Germany. So that was pretty exciting. Bonus Creature and I were going back and forth on maybe we should push the date back. Maybe we're not ready to do this yet because we both have just had so much going on. But we were like, once we found out about the radio show, we're like, nah, we got to keep it. So
Right
thank
on.
you to Jay Nothing for getting that recorded for us. Um, who do I live with? Drone Hands is who I'm talking about. Um, and yeah, the founder of the Big Frog Records label. And yeah, we got to hear his song on the radio today. It was pretty exciting. Even his mom got to hear it. It was really cool.
Yeah, it's a really good song. Are You Okay?
Hmm.
So I think
Um,
you were going to play that later.
yeah, we are going to listen to it. It's going to sound compressed as all GTFO because it was radio. But, it's just kind of the spirit of it. That's what happened today. It was a really exciting thing. Um, his friends and his family and everybody got to kind of join in on the fun. It was really cool. He and I actually just watched That Thing You Do recently, the movie with Tom Hanks. I don't know if you've seen that, but as Creature.
Oh, I'm afraid I haven't.
Oh, it's so good.
I
Highly
do like some
recommend.
Tom Hanks.
Me too. There's this scene where the band is about to be played on the radio for the first time, and it takes place in like, the early 60s, early mid 60s. And one of the characters in the movie, like, she's like running through and like going and telling everyone in town, like, oh my God, they're on the radio. She's like screaming. Anyway, it was really fun. I don't know, it kind of felt that way a little bit today. I don't know. His mom got to listen to him on the radio.
That's cool.
Pretty cool.
And the only bad thing about it being a radio is you couldn't see the video that goes along with it.
Yeah, I actually couldn't have thought about maybe we should just watch the video, but it's the idea of playing what we heard on the radio.
Right on.
Yeah. We can watch the video another time. It's really cool.
Yeah, that was it Jingle Ingle that created
Jingle
that?
Ingle, yeah. Yeah, he's
Nice.
amazing.
That's like a whole controversial thing now because he uses AI. But like it's not as though he just said AI make a video. I mean a lot of work goes into it. So
A lot.
so it's one of those things where it's like it's a tool and you can use it for creativity like any other tool. And in the same sense that you don't disparage someone for using a paintbrush to paint because they didn't make the paintbrush themselves.
Right.
I don't know. It's like, where do you draw the line?
It's been a topic of conversation around here a lot, actually. I've recently got a job that is training AI chatbots. And it's kind of interesting. It's also extremely boring. But it's interesting to just kind of see how the whole process works. And I understand that there are people that are resistant to it, but it's happening and it's a tool that's available to us. We might as well utilize it. I think that the way
Right.
that Jingle does is brilliant. I mean, remember when we were going through this like whole phase of trying to do all the AI art on the Dronehands Discord server? There was
Mhm.
some cool stuff, but
Yeah, it's
Jingles
really
was
cool.
like really advanced.
Yeah, I mean, you just watch this thing and you'll get it. You're like, yeah, this is pretty
Mhm.
rad.
He's actually had a couple of videos that have gone like semi-viral on YouTube recently,
Oh,
like his
nice.
long form videos, and they're amazing videos. They're just it is art. It's art. You have to know how to control your medium and how to utilize it to communicate what you're trying to get across, and he does that extremely well.
Yeah, there's another artist that does a sort of a similar style, and I mean, maybe the style in question comes from the tools that are being used, but regardless, like he does some stuff for P Chops. Um, yeah, man, I'm forgetting his username on Twitch, but has Fox in it. I have to look it up. But anyways, it's really cool
Mm.
too. Just that sort of abstract, I don't know, trippy, like
Mm.
imagery morphing from one thing to another in this sort of fluid. Yeah, I don't even know how else to describe it. It's just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, Jingle's stuff is like super entrancing. Like the videos that he's posted that have done really well have been like, I don't know, an hour long, and they've still done like they're drawing a bunch of attention, and I'll see the comments and I'm like, dang, you give. It's awesome. I mean, they're really, really cool. It's like you could probably sit there having dosed on mushrooms and just like watch all his videos and have a really, really either awesome trip or terrible trip.
Some of it's
Depending.
pretty dark. I don't know if I'd
Yeah.
want. You might be in a
Nope.
bad place by the end of that one.
Maybe we should ask him which ones he recommends.
Right.
How was your gig?
It was fun. It's just a small little venue, like the little brewery downtown, and yeah. So like, there's not normally a lot of people there. I think they've only just started doing music, so I think that'll help. But I don't know, man. There's a lot of different little venues down there, small venues with a lot of bands playing and stuff. So something new popping up. People probably just don't know about it yet and stuff like that. But yeah, it was fun. On
Nice.
there was some little kid while I was setting up that was like, "Are you going to do a DJ? Can I help?"
Aw,
I'm like, I don't think you can
aw,
help, but thank you. But
that's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So, but it's cool. There's like, just like a really kind of open bar. I don't know. They've got like games, a couple. I don't know. There's a ping pong table and skee ball and shit like that. But it's pretty
Nice.
fun. Just laid back. So I'm just kind of over here in the corner doing my thing. And there's a guy, Appalachian Music Live, I think, on Facebook. He's kind of hosts the open mic that they do there, and he just kind of let me set up and go for an hour before it. So it's pretty fun.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. And this is the cool one that you like, right? Like this is the one that you like the vibe there.
I mean, they're all cool. But this is
Mm.
well, I think the one you're talking about. There's a bar called The Corner, and there's a guy named TJ
Oh yeah.
Darnell. Yeah, he's a really good musician, and he hosts one there. And there's another one I go to, Cascade Draft House. A guy named Mike Rose runs. It's really fun too. It's kind of a smaller venue. Both of those are pretty small little bars, but they're really fun.
Nice.
Yeah. But usually when I go do those, yeah, I'm just playing acoustic guitar and singing. So I don't like. I'm still figuring out like how to bring us like build a little rig, to take and to because like when you're doing an open mic, usually you're given like 20 minutes. You can do 3 songs. It just depends on
Sure.
how many people show up and stuff like that. And so if you bring a ton of gear, it's kind of a faux pas because all the setup involved and shit, and you're just supposed to just walk up and play and leave. It's like, what are you doing with all this stuff?
Right.
But I mean, it's like it's just a matter of just how much space is there and stuff like that. Because if everybody did that and tried to leave it on stage, and the stage is the size of this table that I'm sitting in front of, it doesn't work so well. But anyways, so like I'm still kind of figuring out how to do the open mic and bring less crap. So it was cool of
Less crap.
Kevin to let me do the thing for an hour before his, so I don't have to feel so crunched to set up really quickly and stuff.
Sure, sure. Yeah, the lot of gear thing is a definite issue. We're planning an event for, as you know, I work for Vermin Supreme, and he's going to come to Los Angeles in less than a month now. And there's going to be this whole like debate between him and Goat versus Fish for who
No
should be
way.
president of the United States. What? I didn't tell you about
No, this is
that.
news to me.
Holy crap. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Don't worry, it will be live streamed. Um,
Nice. And Matt Peterson Voles in the chat says this is such a cool idea. Love, love, love this. Well, thanks, Matt.
um, I love Matt. He's part of Team Supreme.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Hey, Matt. I saw Sarah earlier too. Sarah Meek. Hi, Sarah. We were just getting started, so I didn't get a chance to say hello. She's also Team Supreme. She's cool.
Yeah, I look forward to well, cool, Sarah. My mind wanders. So I was just gonna say that
Mm.
I look forward to hearing Goat versus Fish and Vermin. That's going to be sweet. So, like, I haven't watched a ton of Goat versus Fish lately just because I watch so much stuff online and all that. But, dude, I love it. Like, there was a Politico interview. It's kind of old now, I guess, that he did. And that's one of my favorite things because, yeah, I don't know. It got more
Goat
philosophical
versus
and
Fish did?
yeah, I want to say Politicon. Sorry, Politicon.
Oh,
He
okay,
was at a
cool.
conference, and I forget who was that interviewed him, but it was a really good interview. Um, it's been a while since I watched it, but he tried to press Goat versus Fish on his allegiances to certain parties and shit like that, and so he got to hear about the goat and fish and unification of goat and fish, and
Mm. And the fence.
but it was really
Fence.
cool. Oh yeah, the fence sitters.
I love it because, well, we did this whole like Goat versus Fish made a flyer for the event, and then I was like, okay, well, I'll do the Eventbrite thing and set up the tickets and all that, and then when I was naming it, we had to make it super like kind of dry and lame because we want to communicate what it actually is. But I wanted to call it the VS because Vermin Supreme is VS. VS versus goat versus fish versus or whatever. That yeah.
That's a
And
that's
he's
a
like,
good
well, I like
versus.
that
That's a
so
lot of
much.
verses.
It's a lot of it's the verses. Yeah. Sarah, you can share links if you're on Facebook. Yeah, I think you just can't on Twitch unless you're a mod.
I don't know, is a vermin a
Um,
goat or fish? It's going to be interesting.
Vermin always says that he, because of the initials are VS, that he is neither goat or fish.
That just sounds like a fence
And
sitter to me.
he's a fence sitter. Yeah, that's the conclusion we've come to. Oh, it's so great. So we've got goat versus fish. And actually, how I met him is that he was one of the first donors to Vermin's 2020 campaign. So we've got goat versus fish. We've got promises of free ponies from Vermin Supreme. And then we had somebody that we just added to the campaign team recently called All Seeing You. And oh my gosh, she's amazing. She's brilliant, super creative. But Vermin sent me her stuff, and I was like, we're like legit starting a zoo. And then your bonus creature. So, I mean, it's all just kismet. It's all coming together.
Right on.
Yeah, I'm here for this.
This is super rad.
And you're wearing a purple cock on your chest.
Yeah. Sometimes my cock gets swollen and purple. That was too far, wasn't it? Yeah, this is P Chops
We
on
love P-Chops.
Twitch. Yeah, he's cool. Awesome
Can you see the whole
musician. What's that?
he's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The whole shirt, Sarah? Oh, okay. All right. You already
Yeah, you can see it now.
She
One
wants
thing
to
I
see your chest.
Yeah, the only thing I noticed the other day that I hadn't seen before is inside of its eye in very small print. It says comply. It's really cool.
Dang. P-Chops isn't messing around.
Mm-mm.
That's good stuff. Mhm.
Yeah, so
I
that
know
thing
we're
he
keeping it
does.
pretty, like, Twitch inside baseball-y, but, like, y'all should check out these streamers that we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to turn it into like a big circle jerk, but we got to do a little of it because we just like these people, you know. And
Mhm.
so, what do you do? It's like it's not like I don't know. It's not like big corporate shill stuff. It's like here's some people we like and we want to talk about them.
Right.
So that's it is what it is what it is.
Well, and speaking of, actually, Aaron Goldberg and Dronehands are both playing the Vermin event in LA.
Is that the thing in July?
Mhm.
Cool.
I'm
It's gonna
excited.
be rad. Yeah.
I know. I'm
July
trying to
7th.
get Big Empty Zero out there too.
Sweet.
Thanks.
Is that like a long trip for him?
Kinda, yeah. I guess it's like 8 or 9 hours or something. I didn't realize California is really big. And as you know, I just moved to California from Texas, and I did not realize how big California is, but it's pretty
It's a big
crazy big.
state. Yeah. But
Mhm.
he's in California, but just not close.
Yeah, he's like more, I think, central-ish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've I've been there. I visited San Francisco one time. I got to go to like
Nice.
a conference for work. It was like the Oracle One conference. I want to say it was like 2013 or something. So I'm sure a lot's changed in San Francisco since then.
Probably.
Yeah, I
I've
don't think
never
like the
been.
homelessness was a problem, but it's not like it supposedly is now and stuff like that. But and of course, I'm just like I'm there for a conference, so it's like really kind of posh and stuff because like
Mm.
big corporate stuff, and your company's paying for you to be there and all that kind of stuff. They actually like rented out Treasure Island, and Aerosmith played.
Oh, dear God. I'm sorry. Did Steven Tyler do a flip? I saw them when I was 16, he did a flip, and I was like, "Isn't he too old to be doing that?"
I don't think he did any flips. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
So I'm used to going to concerts with my wife, and like she just you know, she does the pretty lady thing, and I try to explain to her, like, I don't get away with the same shit you do because I'm not a pretty lady, and I'm not trying to be sexist, but it is a thing. And so, like, you know, she can nudge in front of some dudes and get in front of them, and you know, when she does it, they're like, "Oh, it's fine." But when I do it, like, "Hey, buddy, the fuck you think you're doing? We're standing here." So, like, anyways, I try to like nudge closer to the stage, and that's like the one thing I remember is some guy like accosting me for, "What are you doing?" He left like 10 feet circle in front of him, so I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna go stand right there." Anyways, but it was pretty cool other than
Dang.
that. So I don't know. So I didn't get the view of Steven Tyler I might have been able to get if this guy didn't try to kick my ass.
Dang. I remember I saw them, I was 16. Collective Soul opened for them. There was a really old lady in front of me who had I was, like, kind of on the floor. She had a Steven Tyler tattoo on her arm, and it was really gross looking to me, I don't know.
Just because it was a bad tattoo, or
I
was
don't
it an
know, maybe because it
accurate
was Steven Tyler?
representation of him?
Yeah. I think it's maybe so I saw an old friend of mine commented in the chat, and I was like, "Chuck," with a heart, and it showed up as you, so I'm really sorry.
That's
Chuck, just
okay.
so you
I mean,
know.
I felt a little weird that I'm saying stuff I didn't know I
I
said, but it's fine. I have a friend named Chuck too, so I'm
have a
just,
friend named Chuck and a cat named Chuck.
it's a lot of Chucks. How much Chucks could
Mhm.
a friend Chuck? Yeah, the
Used to get
tattoos.
pretty confusing at my house when Chuck came over. Yeah, literally, I'd be, like, yelling at the cat, and he'd think I was yelling at him, and I'm like, "No, no, it's the cat."
Nope, not
Anyway,
you.
sorry, tattoos.
No, I was thinking of Steven Tyler. You know, like
That's
usually when you see someone get
sorry.
like a photorealistic portrait of someone, it's like some sentimental thing, like a loved one that's passed or
Mhm.
something like that. But Steven Tyler, which like I
Steven
don't know,
Tyler.
I'm just riffing over here, but like I'm trying to figure out when people put those stickers on their rear windshield that say like "in memory of so and so."
Mhm.
What is that about? Is the car in memory of them? Is the sticker in memory of them? Is the sentiment that I've read on the sticker on the car in memory? What is what is that?
I I think it's the car paying tribute to the person it killed. I'm sorry, that was, like, really disrespectful. I'm going to hell. Um, I think it's just a way to show respect for people you love, I don't know.
There's a lot in that though, because like it kind of like it goes to show how important people's cars are to them that they would choose to put this in memory thing on there because it's
Oh, man.
owner
Cars.
sentiment.
The owner's sentiment of the car or the person? I hope it's the person.
So I'm
I
just
don't know,
like,
but cars have been a hot topic around here lately because, oh my god, like I told you, we had to go to the city yesterday. Oof.
yeah, I'm
Anyway,
also in the South, Sarah. I figured
but
I didn't know if it was a Southern thing or if it's just a general thing that people do. Yeah, so like you were saying, you guys were
I don't know.
scared. I got to tell you, as a guy that grew up
Oof.
in the country where there aren't a lot of street lights on the back roads, when you said that it sucked because it was dark, I was like,
Mhm.
I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, like, well, John's from this, Drone Hands is from the city. I'm from, like, I grew up in the country, then lived in the city for a long time, and then lived in the country again. But, like, oh my god, this is the mountains. This is, like, a way different thing. So, like, these windy, curvy roads that are, like, on a cliff's edge sometimes. But we did find a good way to go. Because as you recall, the last place we lived, like, I couldn't hack it. Like, the all the roads to get anywhere, even just leaving our driveway, were trauma. So, we found a decent way to go to his hometown, and we needed to go get some stuff from his parents' house and go visit a few shops in town that we don't have out here, blah, blah, blah. So we made a day of it, but we didn't expect to be leaving after dark, and it was really, really dark. The moon was just a sliver. So, oh my God, poor guy, like driving up the mountain at night for the first time. I mean, we just moved here at the end of April.
Yeah.
And
Well, it is stressful to drive in like an environment you're not used to. You're like clenched to the
mhm.
steering wheel and stuff. So I
I
get
mean,
it,
he's
but
slayed it, but
right on.
he's getting used to all those curves and stuff. But that was the first time he had to do it in the dark, and it was really, really dark last night. So yeah, that was nuts.
So like I used to drive to North Carolina, and this is like it's gonna sound like a cool guy flex because I snowboarded, but
Dang.
it's not what it is. I'm just trying to tell the story. but like But anyways, so like I've lived within an hour and a half of like what's the place out there? I think we used to go to Sugar Mountain. There's Beach Mountain. It's like Banner Elk,
Mhm,
North Carolina. And like when you're going up to the lodges and stuff, it's like it's pretty, it's all the switchbacks and stuff like that. And
mhm.
I don't know, you get used to it, I guess. But it's still, I mean, it's sketchy when you look down. You're like, if we go over that guardrail, it's not going to be good. But I just remember that, like, we'd get behind it never failed if you got behind someone that was, like, crawling, they always had Florida plates, and we'd be like, "These fucking Floridians are just trying to
Really?
get to the." Yeah. Because they're like, you can imagine the
Dang.
contrast, like, if you're in Florida, it's, like, all flat, straight, and
Yeah.
then they're like, "Oh my god, there's, like, elevation changes, there's turns in the street. This is crazy."
Mhm.
So, anyways.
Yeah. I mean, I'm from Texas. I moved to Texas when I was 16, way, way, way back in the 90s. And just moved out to California in November. And yeah, this stuff, like Texas is flat.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's all pretty new to me. But I mean, it's beautiful. I love it here. It's absolutely just amazing. And I'm really glad that we were able to find ways to go that are less trauma-y because I mean, we just couldn't live at the last place because it was always like a whole day of me just freaking out if we had to go to the grocery store, you know?
It was that
So,
bad? Is it like
it was bad.
was it just, like, super sketchy, like, cliffs on the side of the
Yeah.
yeah.
And you just never knew which side, and I don't know, it was just and I guess people are just used to it that have lived out there for a long time, so they'd be driving really, really fast, and we're just not used to that, and, like, if somebody's behind you, they're, like, right on your tail. It was,
Dude, I'm like Uncle Eddie when it comes to the tailgating. Um,
mhm.
I just
Yeah.
what's that movie? It's a David Lynch. I just saw it on Civic TV's thing. But anyways, I don't get it, man. Like like I get tailgating somebody that's like going under the speed limit, or maybe even if they're going the speed limit. But once I'm 5 or 10 over, like, dude, you know, what do you want me to do? It's ridiculous.
I don't know. I could never I don't know, that always makes me nervous, like, what if something happens and then you have to abruptly stop or, I don't know, it's just a nerve-wracking thing.
Yeah, I don't think most people even think about it. They just kind of like they just drive to the bumper. There's a bumper. I'm driving at the bumper, and that's the extent of it.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, I'm like, you son of a whatever. We can talk about road rage another time, I guess.
We could. We're supposed to be talking about music. We're supposed to be, like, nerding out about music, and we're just, like, I don't know, we just got away from that.
Well, yeah. Did we
We're
even like
just riffing. Those of you
adequate?
who are watching, we appreciate y'all being here, but, like, both of us been super busy. We didn't prepare very well. Our first legitimate show is 2 weeks from tonight, and we will be more prepared, and we will have a guest, and he's amazing, and his name is Aaron Goldberg, and we love him. Anyway, mhm,
Yeah, Aaron's rad.
mhm.
Yeah, so maybe I guess we didn't adequately describe what this podcast is supposed to be. I'm not sure that we
We did not.
adequately decided on it. So it'll be
Fair.
what it is. But we both knew that it was going to be about music and like Well, we're into like the Twitch thing, and we were going to talk quite a bit about, I guess, Twitch musicians, but not solely about that, but more. I don't know. Like I sort of thought that I'd like to. So for me, like I'm kind of new into trying to do the music thing, and so it's sort of been like a walk a mile in their shoes experience for me. So I feel like
Mhm.
I have kind of a fresh perspective on the little bit of experience that I do have in it. That's kind of might be fun to talk about, but yeah, just like sort of talking about what it means to be an independent musician and sort of just help promote some of the independent musicians that we both
Yep.
like and stuff like that. So, what are your thoughts on what we hope to do, I guess?
You're asking me or chat?
No, you.
Oh,
I mean,
me?
chat. I don't know. Chat might
Well,
have
I
their own ideas
mean,
on what they hope we do.
we've actually had that conversation though. So, I mean, yeah, we don't want it to be the whole like circle jerk thing, but we love what we love, and I don't know, we both like a lot of the same stuff, and then we both like different things. So I think it'll just be kind of a fun, like little, kind of kismety trip. The thing that I absolutely love about having Aaron Goldberg as our first guest is that I, met him through he did a virtual Vermin event during COVID, Vermin Supreme that we were talking about earlier.
Right.
Anyway, he played that event for us, and Goat versus Fish was also part of that. And that's how I discovered Drone Hands is through a festival that Aaron was playing. I was like having friends over that day for the first time since COVID started and was like, I'm just going to watch my friend and support my friend. But I was just so entranced and hung out. And the person that I kind of like was hanging out with on that stream is Aaron's girlfriend now. And I don't know, she's going to be in town for this Furman gig that they're
Oh, that's
both
cool.
playing. I know, it's awesome. So I don't know, it's just like kind of all coming full circle. And I think that, when life works out in such a beautiful way like that, it's just moving. We have to kind of like just really grab it and take all that beautiful energy and just kind of reproduce it and make it bigger and better. And I feel like with, what you and Drone Hands and Aaron Goldberg and a lot of the people that we have in common are doing musically, we can, I would like to see promotion go on outside of Twitch. I would like to I know I'm kind of rambling right now and I'm sorry, but I just feel really passionate about this. Like I love music. Music is my first love, and I kind of stopped off onto politics for way too long. Um, but I wanted to be a concert promoter, when I was like a teenager, and that's my passion. And, maybe I'll do that. Now I'm in California where there are tons of venues everywhere and tons of talent everywhere. Maybe it'll work out. I don't know.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I've kinda seen is, like, how much has to go into promotion and just I mean, like, you
Mhm.
can make the best, most amazing music and, like,
Uh-huh.
nobody's gonna see it unless you really someone's making an effort to sort of get it out there for you, or you're doing that yourself, and when you're doing
Which
it
is hard to
yourself,
do.
yeah, it's really difficult. I mean, it's just like,
Mhm.
just juggling like the social media stuff just so that, you're out there where the people are at. Like, I'm not a big
Yeah.
Facebook person, but at a certain point you kind of just as an example, you kind of realize like, well, I've got to have a presence on Facebook. So now I got to go set this stuff up
Mhm.
and it published all that. I mean, I know there are tools and stuff to sort of help like simulcast and cross post and all that stuff, but it's still a lot to handle. And so like
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. So like for an independent artist, like it's like it's just they're doing a lot more than just the music. Just if you're seeing them, then there's some effort that's having to happen for them to to show up and whatever whatever format you're watching, be it Facebook or Twitch or whatever. It's like a lot of stuff goes into it. So, anyways, like I think like it's just important for people to sort of help cross promote each other and stuff like that. So that's kind of what this
Mhm.
is about, right? So
Yeah. It's entirely what it's about. to me, you know. I mean, he started the record label and like, you know, so here's another thing just to share with the viewers is we've all kind of decided at this point that like Bonus Creature is Dronehands' biggest fan and I'm his biggest cheerleader. So anyway, yeah, I don't know, just it kind of works. And we like a lot of the same stuff and then also just kind of veer off into other stuff as well. So I think it'll just be really fun, like discovering things together and sharing it with the audience as we go. We'll
Yeah.
have more like legit show notes and things to prepare ourselves going forward. But I don't know. I think it's fun to do something informal right now.
Yeah, I mean, just to launch it and
Hang
say,
out.
hey, here we are.
Yeah,
This is what
that's
we're
what
going
we're
to do.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
So,
want to check out the crappy condensed version of a really amazing song?
yeah, let's do it.
I do know that, yeah. Our friend Jay was like, "This sounds really condensed." Like when we first started listening to the radio, I'm like, "Yeah, it's super tinny. Like I'm not used to that either." But it's such a cool thing to have experienced that, and the fact that his mom got to hear him on the radio. Like I just love that.
Yeah, that's
So we're
cool.
going to listen to the crappy condensed version of a really, really well produced song
Nice.
because this is how it happened. All right, I'm gonna hit play.
Okay.
It's doing the spinning thing. Okay.
I can hear it fine.
Here we go. Did
Uh-oh.
that sound bad for you?
It sounded fine, but then it stopped.
Oh, I stopped it because it sounded like it was like hesitating. Okay, I will play it then. I thought maybe it's because I'm not hardwired or my internet started to suck. Legitimately sounds fine to you? You're muted.
Yeah, it sounds good over here. I've got headphones on though.
Okay, it just sounds like it's all right. Maybe this is an in-studio thing. Hey, we're learning StreamYard, y'all. Bear with us. Sorry to interrupt the song, but I was like, please don't let me be playing it for people super messed up. I'm gonna go back to it. I'm sorry.
Nice. So Captain Obvious. Uh-oh.
Yay. So that actually sounded good to you? It sounded weird for me. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
because it was playing locally from my computer.
I don't know. It sounded okay on my end, but
Okay, I'm gonna trust you on that. I know you know the song, so it was
I mean,
just weird to
there might
me.
have been a little compression and stuff like that, but it sounded
Okay.
pretty good. Yeah,
Good.
it sounded great. So Captain Obvious said that it sounds like music that needs stickers, but he said cool stuff, but yeah, he's not okay. It's not okay. So that's no good.
We're sending you lovey vibes.
But yeah, is that on an album? I don't think it is. It's a single he released,
Not
right?
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what he's working on.
Sweet. So Pure Cinema was the most recent album. And so if you're into what you just heard, I'd recommend that. Really good stuff. Or even if you're not, I just recommend it.
I do too.
Awesome.
I'm gonna put the link in the chat for
Oh yeah,
Bandcamp.
cool.
For Pure Cinema, you on Bandcamp. I guess we're coming up on the hour-ish.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes.
We got 10 minutes. What do you want to talk about?
I feel like one of those comedians that do the open mics and they don't know their material and they're like, what next? What next?
That's
What
pretty much
else?
what's happening, yeah. Plus, I have to go to the ladies' room. So.
Oh no, well, we could wrap it up if you're ready. We gotta leave a little room to inject some ads in there, because this is a big time. We are big corporate sponsors. They demand 10 minutes. Turns out.
No, they will not sink on the bottom of the ocean. Maybe. Yeah.
Don't use fiberglass in your holes.
Because we're coming for them. Sorry, nice. The workers thing is pretty funny to me.
The what thing?
All right.
Well, this was good. So we've established that we're starting a podcast and that BIGFROG Records exists and you should scope it out. And there's more to come.
There is. And please go to bigfrogrecords.com, dronehands.net. You have got to spell out your website URL, Bonus Creature. Sorry. We're going to need to have that like on a thing, but yeah.
Can I just put a link in here? But it's just www.dreamcadaver.com, which is some sort of passive-aggressive reference to my dreams being dead.
Dang.
I was in a dark place when I came up with that one. But
Sounds like.
but no, it's got my socials and stuff and links to like my music and stuff like that. So scope it out if you're
Good stuff.
interested. Yeah, yeah. This is
All right.
fun. Yeah,
Well,
we'll do
thanks
more.
y'all for hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for coming by. Good to see you, Low-Key Doom. Nice to meet you, Steven and Sarah, Captain Obvious. Appreciate you coming by.
Good to you, Ben.
Right on.